from government perspective, Seychelles, you're focused on promoting high-end tourism for the most part, and you're highly dependent on the quality of water, the quality of the ecosystem, and so is the tourism industry. So the economy, the tourism industry, and biodiversity are all closely linked. So how do you get the hotel industry and other segments of the tourism industry to contribute more to biodiversity finance?
Thank you. For Seychelles, the way it works, so an advice I can give, to other countries is to, firstly, to create the enabling environment, for private sector to contribute or to participate, and this is where we worked on initially to create strong policies, and also the whole issue of having a very strong political will by our leaders up to the president in reference to the belief of sustainable development in the tourism sector. And secondly, there's the issue of partnerships, the belief that the tourism industry can partner with the environment sector in biodiversity conservation. This is key. And for us, it starts from day one. From the very start that you get an investor coming in. Investors, whether they're local or foreign, they understand the expectation. They understand that if they want to come in, their proposal, their project will have to have a very strong conservation background or program incorporated within that. And in most cases also, the locations also are areas of interest in terms of biodiversity. So the idea is to start working with the private sector from day one, even at the start, at investment level, investment bureau level, all throughout the EIA process. And the EIA process also is key. Again, this is why it's very important you have very strong policies and laws to ensure that there is opportunity to incorporate very strong conservation programs within the development throughout the EIA process and after the construction of development, for example, hotels and so on. This is very important. And at the end of the chain comes implementation also. And this is where the whole idea of partnership, government, NGO sector, the private sector coming together in partnership in working towards biodiversity conservation. And the government will always play its role in terms of facilitating or helping the private sector. For example, in the past, we've used GEF funds, proposals to GEF to mainstream biodiversity in production sectors, which included tourism in itself, helping the private sector, helping the industry to better mainstream their operations to the benefit of biodiversity conservation. And also, the last couple of years also, government has come up with policy for contribution to CSR, whereby any businesses having a revenue of more than 1 million rupees, which is about $76,000 roughly per year, will have to contribute 0.25 of their revenue to biodiversity conservation. And they will work with CBOs and NGOs in conservation, not necessarily just at the location at which they're located, but nationally also. And only recently also another avenue which we hoping to build more on that to add on to contribution by private sector into biodiversity conservation is through a proper formal public-private partnership policy which has been adopted by government. And right now we are working with the private sector and NGOs to implement that. And at the much broader scale, we have innovative schemes, for example, the DEP swap for adaptation, which is looking at protection of 30% of our EEZ. Our EEZ is quite large, 1.3 million square kilometers. And this is another avenue whereby we hope to get private sector involvement in biodiversity conservation. And when it comes to the broader ocean conservation issues also, we have our Blue Economy Roadmap, which is looking at optimizing usage of our ocean space. And through that also, there are many avenues which we are seeking with different users of our EZ. There's talk of genetic resources. This is another avenue which under our development of our blue economy, we're hoping to explore more in reference, for example, to bioprospecting of genetic resources and others. So the key message to that is not necessarily to provide incentives and tax reductions and so on. For us, the way forward and the way it's worked for us is to create this environment and to create this trust and also build this partnership with the private sector so that they don't see investment in biodiversity conservation as only something that will get a return after from it, but actually something that will benefit them in other ways, especially when you're talking about hotels, especially high-end hotels. They're always looking for leverage in marketing and publicity. And this is one of the ways that they work with us, without us approaching them in putting in place very good conservation programs which they eventually can use as a marketing tool, but also to get it more, to get the clients more interested, in what's happening locally, also to get some more value to the package.
Interesting. So that's, in a way, complementary to the risk issue. It's an opportunity issue. If you have great biodiversity around your hotel, that brings you more clients, it improves your marketing, and so you're creating an environment for that, so that's good. I think there's also a meeting about to happen on hotels and biodiversity in the Seychelles, so hopefully we'll have some more ideas from that.